So Greasy versus Kuxir. We just saw Dapper take down Kux. The first best of 3 that Kux has lost on my stream. But we did see some overly passive playstyle from him, which might be, partly due to ping, partly due to just getting used to playing against Dapper's playstyle. I'd love to see them play some more, especially on LAN. That seems like a really good matchup, because the playstyles really did clash a lot. Sort of like, Dapper played a lot like Marky Duda, which, I've not seen Marky play Kux in a while on stream either. Greasy making the switch to the Batmobile. He's a full-time Batmobile player now. He told me that he's really tired, but he wants to play against Kux anyway. Batmobile versus Batmobile. Kuxir, the long-term, or the OG Batmobile. I think Over Zero copied him. And now everybody's making the switch. I like that Kux looked back real quick just to check Greazy's position. Oh my goodness. Kux is making use of the look back feature very well. Confident aerial, but Greazy has backed off, and this is why aerials are so risky. This should be a goal for Greazy, and it is. Anytime that Kuxir dumps this aerial, like low into the midfield, Greazy's gonna have a goal. And that's why it's so dangerous to aerial. Like, sure, Kux is maybe scoring that directly with an unsavable shot about maybe, 1 or 2 times out of 10. But the vast majority of the time, Greazy is going to, get a goal there, in my opinion. Whoa, what? Are you kidding me? Kuxir using Greazy to get the save. Greazy actually expecting the ball to already be in. And he just parked his car on the goal line, and Kuxir used Greazy. Doesn't matter, Greazy with a very nice flick, showing us that you can do flicks that are underneath the crossbar with the Batmobile. Beautifully done. That was hilarious. So Greazy just parked his car on the goal line, and Kuxir bounced it off him to safety. Oh my word. This is why I love watching Kuxir play. It's just hilarious. The stuff that he comes up with. Just next level. Yeah, Greazy, an extremely aggressive player. I'm expecting to see just as much aggression coming out of Greazy as we did from Dapper. And last time that I saw Greazy play Kux, Greazy took game 1, and then Kuxir started adapting more long shots into his game. He started putting a few more early maneuvers of the dribbling variety into his game, and that was able to counter Greazy's offensive strategy. But we'll see. Right now, Kux just isn't making his hits. He had a poor aerial hit and a very poor challenge in front of the net. So he's going to have to step up his game, is Kuxir. He told me he's playing with new camera settings. I don't know if that's anything to do with it. Interested to see. Greazy might just go for... Okay, I was expecting he might just go for a 50-50 right there. Just upped into one because he's up by 3 anyway. High over the goal probably. He's making sure to take all the boost while he's there. Very nice play by Greazy. But he does give up the corner boost to Kux. Maintains the control of the ball regardless. Well, it's a bit of a risky demo by Greazy. I don't know why he's going for that. Should be a goal for Kux, and it is. That was a bit more of a 3v3 or 2v2 move by Greazy going for this demo. He should probably be turning around and defending his goal, but Kux, regardless, very nice clear and a follow-up shot. Who was I expecting to be top 3 in the LAN? The big 3 in EU. Market flip side, Freedom Girls, but Market collapsed. And IBP showed up. Freedom Girls renamed to Northern Gaming. It's so cool that we get to see the Cronovi Lachinio Over Zero in the stadium. That's so sick. Again, I have to say that I feel like Kux can delay that flick a little bit, air roll towards the ball, and he won't get that low connection like we just saw. I feel like he's not hitting the ball with as much potential as he could be. Oh my! Kux nearly with a very creative own goal. Nearly a very, very creative own goal. Yeah, there's 2 things that I'd like to see Kuxir adding to his playstyle. It's, reliable half flips and reliable flicks, because... Oh, mind games! Nice recovery by Greazy. Kuxir is one of the guys with the widest repertoire of skills, but no one in Rocket League is a complete player at this moment. No one. I'm gonna have to ask Kux what camera settings he changed. I wonder if he's... Feels like a 95 FOV maybe. This feels pretty claustrophobic. Oh my goodness, Greasy living life on the edge. And he's going to cave eventually. I don't think Greazy's very happy with himself right here. That what a play is almost certainly in reference to himself. Wait, did Kux bump Greazy past the ball? I should have been watching that from Kux's POV. My bad. Either way, if Kux actually bumped Greazy past the ball there, then well played. I know he bumped him once, but he might have actually bumped him twice. Okay, Greazy's going to try and sit on his 1 goal lead. Looks like Kux has made, you know, he's made the adaptations necessary to bring himself back into this game. Oh no, Greazy with the what a save on himself. This definitely should be saved. He's just too close to Kuxir right here. Much too close to be playing reactive defending is Greazy. Either if you're that close, rush the ball, backflip into it, but or, you know, just get a little bit further away so you can actually react. That's a bit more like it. If you're not going to delay the flick on your throws, and when I say throw, I mean like launching the ball from the top of your car forward. If players don't want to delay their second jump, or their dodge as it were, then you need to be extremely precise with where you place the ball in your car. And right there we saw that from Greazy. Placing the ball right on the front corner of the Batmobile. Oh my word. Greazy's going to be thinking not like this, not a 50-50, but that's exactly what's going to happen. The sideways challenge biting Greazy in the butt, because look, even though he wins the 50-50, he just puts the ball straight center. And he's taken a 3-goal lead and turned it into a 1-goal lead for himself. Has Kuxir make that a 2-goal lead. 5 consecutive goals in the Batmobile mirror. That's actually the worst kind of kickoff goal to concede, when you just bounce off the ball. I feel like Greazy actually calmed down a little bit. When he had the 3-goal lead, I think he just sat on it and he thought, I don't need to score anymore. That wasn't the cleanest connection. Greazy definitely trying to put that ball into the top of the net, but was not able to do so. Kuxir's not going to give him any space here. Who's the player closest to the skill ceiling? Probably Kuxir. Probably. Just if you take everything into account. And then for NA, Kronovi. Or like Gambit, Sleeper, OP. But obviously Gambit doesn't play pro anymore, so he's not in the conversation. GG, Kuxir taking down Greazy. Coming back from a very early 3-goal deficit. And even after the 3-goal deficit, Greazy was looking pretty comfortable until Kuxir started to figure out what he wanted to do. Very similar stats, the only difference is being the 2 additional goals for Kux that game. Oh no, default camera glitch for everybody. Oh no. Alright, let's see how this game starts. The first goal could be very important, because if Kux gets another goal, remember that'll be the 6th one in a row. He's scored 5 goals uncontested, and that is going to be 6 most likely. There we go. Dipping in underneath the crossbar. Very nice off the wall aerial by Kuxir. So Greazy, this is where he has to dig really deep, because although he has conceded 6 goals in a row, he's only down by 1 this game. That's all he needs to think about, is the next goal is the only one that matters. And that's really the mentality that you want to have in any game in Rocket League, is the next goal is the only one that matters. Notice that Batmobile wobble. The Batmobile, a very wobbly car. Not the greatest shot by Greazy. He did aim near post, because by aiming near post he makes it much more difficult for Kuxir to get a save and a clear with one touch. Oh, what a flick by Kuxir. Greazy slow with the ball control. Kuxir sees that, capitalizes. That's something you guys can all do in your own 1v1 games, is if you see your opponent kind of farting about, not looking like he's got control of the ball, just stick a foot in, or a wheel in if you want to, you know, use the right terminology. Just get in there. Well, I don't like that Greazy hasn't looked to see where Kux is right here. Oh dear. At no point during this build-up did Greasy check to see if Kux was attacking him. And oh dear. Greasy should definitely have just taken a quick camera swivel to the right, seen that Kux wasn't aerialing, and then not panicked. But he didn't look, so he panicked. He couldn't hear Kux, he didn't see Kux, and he just jumped up for no reason. And he got punished for it, so definitely a lesson to be... Oh dear, is Greasy... No, I don't think he's scoring deliberate own goals. At least I certainly hope not, because Kux came back from 3 goals down in the last game. Hopefully Greasy can dig deep and come back from 3 goals down this game. Northern Gaming's Greasy Meister against Flipside Tactics Kuxir97. Greasy on the ball, but not for long. Kuxir briefly dispossessing him. There we go, so we finally see the camera look back, but this time it doesn't matter. Maybe right here Greasy needs to be less concerned with what Kux is doing and more concerned with the imminent danger, because he's centered the ball. He really needs to deal with that as fast as he humanly can. Oh, a little bit of a hiccup. Nice camera swivel movement by Kux to check where Greasy is, but again, just a bit of a delayed reaction. This time Kuxer with the delayed reaction. That's the first goal in 10 for Greasy. Both players being a little bit slow after identifying where their opponent is to actually make a play. Oh my goodness, Greasy missed a boost, and now Kux is taking it. That is just the worst feeling. Greasy's doing a good job picking up the pennies though. And Kuxer's flicks have not been fantastic tonight. I bet Kux got that boost as well, didn't he? Yeah. That's like so weird. Oh my goodness, what a 50-50 by Greasy. The comeback is on. It's actually quite hard to tell if the Batmobile's boosting sometimes with these low graphics that I like to play with. And especially with this default camera glitch that we're so close to the butt of the Batmobile. Oh dear, Greasy. Again, not with the greatest play, but Kuxer misfiring. Wait, why is Greasy backwards? I have to watch what on earth happened to Greasy here. Did he Batmobile wobble and fall over? Oh no. Oh, Greasy tried to front flip, but he only pressed his jump key once and he just air rolled forward. Came sliding in on his back. Oh, poor Greasy. That's a really nice shot, but Kuxer's, you know, to the surprise of nobody, really good at making those saves across the goal. I'm so glad that I met Greasy in real life, because I can laugh even harder at his misplays now, because I can see his face, like, in my head, just getting so mad at himself. Although Greasy's, like, actually such a nice guy. We got along very well at the LAN. You know, there's not many people that I didn't get along well with, if anybody, at the LAN. They were all pretty awesome, at least the people I talked to. Yeah, Greasy's a top lad. Top lad. That's not the best first touch by Kux. He's kind of taken away the angle of the shot. Now he has to try and be a bit more creative. If he bounced the ball more straight down the line, he would have had a very good angle to take a set shot in towards the goal. And Kux is so good at getting those high pops to just give himself time to recover, waste the clock, and, you know, try and get some boost in the corner. Notice how that pop he didn't even hit the ceiling, it just like arced up high. His decision making after the fact was not the greatest, and Greasy, very nice finish. He's definitely not out of this game yet. Greazy's a LAN boy for sure. He's a lad boy. Who are some bottom lads? I didn't talk much to the Mocket EU guys, although I think... What is Greazy do? Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, the danger... See Greasy right here. What he does, he stops moving. If Kuxer saw Greasy stop moving, he doesn't have to score right here. Kuxer could have just waited. And it sounds stupid, but I'm actually bringing this up for a reason. Kuxer is already winning by 3 goals. Greasy needs to score 3 to bring it to overtime. Kuxer can just stop the ball on the goal line and force Greasy to go the length of the pitch and defend. Greasy's thinking, oh well, Kux is going to score, I might as well stay where I am. But really, he should be like getting on his bike and getting back to defend, because if Kux noticed that Greezy was still in his half, and by his I mean Kux's half, then he would almost certainly have stopped the ball on the goal line and just wasted time. Definitely try and do that in your own game. If you see your opponent just chilling out, oh dear, Greazy's just getting mind gamed so much by Kux right here. Nice finish by Kux, the off and on. Gets off the wall, gets the ball on the net. Notice he just dodges just into the right part of the ball to get that in. Yeah, that's game at this point. Greezy, despite his best efforts, just not a match for Kux's Batmobile. Oh, what a shot by Kux. Barring in. Greezy boost starved and helpless yet again. At this point, Greezy's just going to try and keep it to single figures. He doesn't want to let Kux put 10 past him in a game. Does he have what it takes? That's really not what you want to see if you're Greezy. That's not what he likes to see. Yeah, look how side onto the ball Greezy is. Cookster coming out of goal side. That's what Kux likes to see. Thanks, Johnny, this works. So Cookster was watching my Scrub Killer kickoff tutorial, and it's working really well. Oh dear, Scrub Killer's gonna kill me for doing a tutorial on that, but, you know, I earned him a good, you know, $400 for beating Marky in a 1v1 on my stream. Oh my. Cookster just styling right now. Greezy just doesn't know what to do. Like, this is pretty much what happened the last time I saw these guys play. Greezy had a strong start, and then Cookster kind of figured him out. I feel like Greezy should have stuck to the aggression, because as soon as he starts letting Cookster dictate the flow of the game, it doesn't look good. And that's going to be 2-0 GG's. Greezy, too tired tonight to put up a fight. Kuxir with the Batmobile. I don't know how he does all these fancy celebrations. We'll see